Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a video here from NCashOfficial and thought I would just add my little 2 cents into this because this is something I've been discussing a lot on my channel lately, and it's good to see someone else who's reiterating this kind of stuff, because this is just to show you that there are other influencers who are on the same page in regards to this and who believe this is going to be absolutely explosive for Hedera and HBAR. So we've got NCashOfficial here. He is a crypto influencer, not specific to HBAR. And he's talking about RWAs, which is real world assets. So when we're talking about that, we're basically talking about tokenization, like tokenization of like property portfolios, that kind of thing. And he's basically saying how he thinks this is massive. I completely agree with him. Really couldn't agree more. I've been saying this for a good while now. I've shown you a good few videos where I've spoken about companies like Red Swan, Aberdeen, the Diamond Standard, who are all doing like tokenization projects. It is going to bring trillions to HBAR, in my opinion, and into the crypto market as a whole, because there won't just be Hedera as a network who benefits from this. But it does seem at the moment, from what I've seen, Hedera seem to be at the forefront when it comes to tokenization, in my opinion. So I've got a few bullet points of the things that he said, and then I'm just going to add my little 2 cents onto the odd things that he's been discussing here. So we'll get straight into it. So we start off by saying that this is already a way bigger market than gaming. So he has like a graph and it's showing you like the type of value that's going into gaming at that time, and it was around just over 2 billion. And he's basically saying that RWAs is well over this, and this was actually during a bear market. So I'm assuming when he says that, it would appear that when he's showing the chart in terms of gaming, maybe that was during a bull market at its peak. So he's basically saying even during a bear market, it would appear that RWAs is already outperforming gaming in terms of the value that's going into RWAs. And so that already shows you how big this is, right? Like, gaming is a big deal, don't get me wrong. I do think there is going to be a market for gaming, but this is the thing, like real world assets, like tokenization, this is going to be something that is going to be massive in the future, because the thing is, we're not just talking about one thing when we talk about tokenization. We're talking about properties, we're talking about diamonds, we're talking about identity. Like, there's just so many things that you can tokenize in the world. So when you start to look at it from that aspect, it's just going to be a bigger market because there's just so much more opportunity, right? So that completely makes sense already. Now, that's not to knock gaming. As I say, I do think gaming will have its place, but RWAs, in my opinion, is going to be a way bigger driving factor for value, in my opinion, than gaming. So yeah, I completely agree with that already. I did have a video where I had my own graph that was talking about RWAs, and if I remember rightly, I want to say it was pushing from like 7.8 to 8 billion or 9 billion, something like that. So yeah, it's already got a massive surge of value going through it at the moment. Like, it's recently been really surging, and it does make sense because I've been showing you lately videos of like Red Swan who are doing tokenization, Aberdeen who are doing tokenization. So maybe this is the kind of thing where this stuff is starting to be taken into account, right? That kind of stuff is starting to be reflected on the charts. Okay, then he basically was saying that how the graph that he was showing, it's not even like a true reflection, apparently, according to him, because he was saying some of the big players who are doing tokenization wasn't actually on the graph. So he's saying the graph that he was showing basically didn't have Aberdeen on there. And as I say, Aberdeen is one of the big players right now who are doing tokenization. Now, I had a different chart to him when I did my video in regards to RWAs. So I'm not sure if the video I did had Aberdeen included in that. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't check that. I just assumed it naturally would have been included. But he specifically, he looked for Aberdeen and it wasn't on there. So even in regards to the graph that he was showing with tokenization in terms of value, it didn't seem like it was a fully reflected chart yet. So even when you was looking at that graph, that wasn't final. And that again just shows you how big this could be, because add Aberdeen into there as well, that already is going to jump up the volume straight away, because they're tokenizing billions already. So that's going to change things straight away. The other thing that Nick was talking about was in regards to HBAR being so consistent during the bear market in terms of building and stuff like that. Again, this is something I've told you guys so many times in regards to HBAR, like, because a lot of people keep complaining about the price, and I'm saying Don't just look at the price, look at what's actually being done, because that's what tells you about the future of the network. If nothing was being done at the time when Hedera was going through the bear market, that would be more concerning, right? Because I'd be thinking, well, what are Hedera doing to position themselves for the bull run? Like, what have they done to add value to themselves as a network? So I would be a lot more concerned if during the whole bear market, I wasn't seeing any partnerships being added. I wasn't seeing developers talking about Hedera or anything like that. That would make me more concerned than the price, because I understand with the price, we're just following the chart that goes up and down, and can be very easily manipulated as well, right? It's so easy to drop a story and that could just completely dramatically affect the price, because you've got the average retail speculators who panic sell and FOMO buy. So it's so easy to manipulate them. Like, for example, when you saw the Bitcoin spot ETF, there was recently like an article that came out and they were saying like, oh, we don't think the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get approved. And that caused a huge drop in the market. And that's just literally someone saying, hey, it's just my opinion. And that was enough to get people to panic sell and completely rock the market. So when you can see how easy it is to affect the price, and you think of how the media can affect the prices as well for their gain, I don't look at price as a factor, right? I'm looking at what they're doing as a network, because that's what's going to truly reflect the value in the token long term. Not just watching a chart that goes up and down right now, because that can be affected by many things. So I'm looking at what they're actually doing. I'm looking at the bases that they're building. And everything that they're doing right now tells me that they're building themselves and positioning themselves to be one of the prominent networks within the crypto space. So I'm very comfortable in that sense. And yeah, then he just goes on to say that he thinks that everything that Hedera have done during the bear market should set themselves up nicely for the bull run. Again, I completely agree. As I've just said, I'm just reiterating what I've just said, but everything that they've done during the bear market is what's going to position themselves for the bull market. I've got no reason to believe that Hedera and HBAR are not going to have their turn in the next bull market. They had their turn in the last bull market, right? They had their rally. So it's not like they've not had this happen before. So just because it's not happened right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen at all. So this is why I say to everybody who's thinking about price, like, give it chance. Yeah, like you might just be looking at Solana right now and thinking, oh, well, Solana's going off. Not every coin's done that. Right? Solana is the outlier right now. Solana is like the only coin that's really pumping like that. So Solana is having its moment. Let Hedera have its moment. Give it time. Let's see what happens. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, I can't tell you guys what to do, but that's my personal opinion. I'm going to let Hedera have its chance. Give it some time to see what it does in the bull run. Like when we're officially in the bull run, which in my opinion, I think will be accepted when the Bitcoin spot ETF is approved. I think that's when the true euphoria will come in. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen right there and then. It might still take some time to build up, but I do think that will be the acknowledgement that everybody's going to start wanting to come back into crypto again. I think when that happens and we start seeing what's going on from there, then we can start really judging. You know, when we see the bull run end and we see where Hedera ends up, then we can really judge its performance. I just think it's way too soon right now to get all judgmental about HBAR, especially when not all cryptos have taken off yet. And the bull run isn't really fully established right now. I think we're currently in a bull run, in my personal opinion, because we've been going up in value for quite some time. Yes, we've had drops as well, but that's what happens in the bull run. It's not like it always goes up, up, up forever. There are retraces, there are still dramatic drops, but it will recover and continue pushing up. That's the main thing. So for me, everything that I can see about HBAR to me looks like it's going to be very well positioned to do well in the next bull run. I think that personally. So we will see. If it's disappointing, I'll be one of the first guys to come on here and say, hey guys, that really wasn't great. I thought it was going to be a bit better than that, to be honest. I will say that because I'm an investor. I'm not a maxi, I'm an investor. But I do believe that HBAR is going to do well. So I'm comfortable in that. I'm very comfortable to see where this goes. And in my opinion, they've done all the necessary things that they need to do to put them in a position to be a favorable token in the bull run. But what do you guys think? HBAR doing RWAs. Do you like the sound of this? Is tokenization something that you would potentially be interested in yourself? Do you think this will be good for HBAR's value long term? Or do you not agree with this? Is there anything in this video that you've heard that you don't like the sound of? Or do you just not think tokenization will be anything that actually adds to HBAR's value long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.